Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is ImAkaiii, and we're going to get straight into Vault Control, and then we're going to break down a Optic Texas versus Miami match. And Miami is actually 3-0 on this map, and they just won a scrim against Optic, so we're going to go through that. We're going to figure out Miami's strategy, and I'm going to bring it to you guys, and we're going to break it down. Other than that, we're going to jump straight into it, but before we even get into it, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell for all the breakdowns, everything. Stay live. Join the fucking comeback, baby. We about to come back and take over. We about to have fun, you know. We about to have fun doing this. All right, the first thing I want to do for control is break the map into 3 pieces. We're gonna call this top. We're gonna call this middle. We're gonna call this bottom. So you got top lane, middle lane, bottom lane. Generally, what happens is if you are pushing up top lane, you are gonna block the top spawns, so they're gonna spawn bottom. So push top, spawn bottom, push bottom, spawn top. You want them spawn middle, push both of them. There you go. Now you know. Alrighty. Now let me give you a little bit of a bit better visual representation. You get the idea. Same thing on the other side. They're just a little bit different, that's all. The idea is if you want to pretty much spawn any team anywhere, for example, you want them to spawn in red, just push this green side, right? How far you have to push? Wow, that's a great question. Who asked that? Put your hand up. There you go. That's roughly what you're looking at right around here. If you're past that, probably a little bit in actually, like that. That's what you're looking at. If you want to push that to make them spawn there. Actually, to block the red one, same thing. You just push past this to make them spawn there. That's like the end of the line. You can pretty much think of the map broken into even more. You can think of it like this. That's like the rough line. For this side, for example, if you want to push them into here, you know, you want to play you just want to play for the kills, I guess. You know, if you want to be a dickhead, I guess, you can kind of just spawn trap them down here by pushing up here and kind of covering this, and then, you know, having someone sit down here. It'll block them pretty much. You get the idea. That's pretty much what you're looking at. Alright, now that you understand spawns, let's just jump straight into the footage and let me show you guys. I was going to show you guys how the spawns worked live, but this kind of gives me a 2-for-1 freebie, so we're going to kind of stick with this one. So what actually, I'm going to let you guys watch the clip for a second first. Alright, so you guys just saw Riel pushed up, so, you know, he pushed up to that line, made him spawn up there. We know that, we just saw that. So, you know, that is there. I want you to keep an eye on number 5 here. What he does is very, very crucial here. He is pretty much playing this bottom side right here. You see this? He's pretty much just playing this. He'll get 1-2 kills, but because he's playing this whole side, they keep spawning up there. Now, what I also want you to notice is you have someone over here, you have someone over here, you have someone over here. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a spawn trap. Miami wins defenses on B 100% of the time. They're undefeated on this map, and they have used this spawn trap on every team they've played. They know how to play this area really fucking well. Like, as soon as B's the only one left, you just start rushing to it. A lot of people do. Not only that, they're making you spawn in the fucking open, and they're just gonna beam you out there. They could be sitting up further, but they're gonna play it safe. So that is a crucial component to Miami's success here. That spawn trap is what I call it. It's not really a spawn trap, but it's a really effective, it's a line. Their team is setting up as a line. Effectively, they're cutting off the whole map like this. And that is dangerous. If you can have your team set up in a line, that is really powerful in Call of Duty. Because you're cutting off a map. Because you're making a line across the map and you're holding them, bro. That's why it's effective. Why would you say what do you mean it's effective? Come on, man. This is where they lost the first round, right here. And I'll show you exactly why. Let's figure out what's happening first. All right, let's back this up. Real is exactly where he is. Optic just went down 2. They're all up now. They get 1 kill. Although they have 2, sorry. They have 2 kills. So it's a 4v2. And what Real just did there, you see it on the screen. He just hits Hook 1-2 twice, and he's just gonna play his life now. Not only that, Hook calls it out, and Dashy is now number 3. Yeah, Dashy is now looking for him. So now you have these 2 players while you have 1 person on defense looking for this guy he just made a huge play for his team because he's distracting 2 players, so they're away from the point where they had a man advantage and they could have taken B. And this is where I would say they kind of just lost it. They'd like, you know, lives are down, you know, it wasn't looking good for them. This was like almost a point of no return. Of course, someone can still clutch it, you know, 1v3 or whatever, and they can just get the kills. Because after this, they're not going to get another chance to push like that. Like you're not going to have an advantage like that again. And what you also want to notice is, as soon as the lives start to dwindle down, like look how tight the formation gets for Miami. Look how tight it gets. They tighten up so quick here. Remember how it was a line setup. Now they're all tightened set up. Obviously they did have a couple of deaths and respawns that helped, but they set up tight and then they just sit and they just play the lives, and that's pretty much how they won first round. Now I want you guys to see what to do if the enemy has not captured A yet. How can we keep them in their spawn? Obviously we can't do the line setup because few of our players are going to be too far back and they're going to have way too much advantage on A. So we can't do that first formation, right, of the 4-man across the map. So this is a different formation, and I like what Optic was trying to do here. What they're gonna do is they're gonna force them to spawn in the middle and just pick as many lives pretty much as possible. That's their goal. That is what Optic's goal is to push them back into their spawn and just pick as many lives as possible. Now you're gonna see something interesting just happen. They just spawned middle because you had 2 people push up pretty much at the same time, right, across those lines, and they started spawning middle. And this was a good strategy. Look, they're all spawning there. This was a good idea, but yeah, somebody goes down, the line kind of falls apart. Yeah, but they still get the time advantage on that, actually. Yeah, so they bought time perfectly there. Works out well. But that is what to do if you want to try to put them in a spawn trap, or what you can learn from the pros pretty much there, how to play on A. That's pretty much what you want to do. You want to kind of get them into the middle and just kind of hold from there and see what's happening. And we're jumping back into the exact same situation as round 1. And like I said, Miami has done this so many times. They will let you have A pretty much because they know they can hold B, and they're just going to jiggle around that spot back and forth and just pick up as many kills as he wants. It's number 7 doing it now. It's medals. But yeah, they're going to just jiggle back and forth, just cause distraction, just be like, hey, I'm over here, I'm over here. And you know, you don't notice if you have an advantage and you can't really push up. But they have a good setup, you know. He's doing his thing. It's the exact same thing. It's like I said, they're just setting up that line, and they're gonna send one person from the bottom to just like fuck around with them here, and they're gonna get them to chase pretty much, and then they're gonna try to set up that line across it like that. It's a great strategy. That is an excellent strategy, and that's how they've been undefeated on it. That's what they do for round 2 here pretty much. Yep, and then they set up on a tight formation and win on kills. Alright, while we're here, why don't we look at a quick A strategy as well. This is a 3-man push done by Miami that was very effective against Optic in the scrim, so something you guys can check out and try as well. Openings are pretty much you got to work on as a team. There are obviously multiple openings you can learn from the pros, but playing solo it can be hard. But what they're going to do is pretty much send a 3-man to catwalk there, and they're going to send one boy straight up, I believe I can fly straight in. The other guy is going to be watching the same corner as them. They're going to push up in. This guy is just going to watch the front, and 8 is going to hold here for a second just in case anyone else is going to push up. Sometimes people are aggressive, sometimes not. It depends on the situation. And they're pretty much going to hold, and then as soon as they get the first kill here, number 8 is going to push in and pretty much just jump straight into the fire as well. They're going to get 2, 3 down, and 3-man on A. 1 is up catwalk. He's going to go be a buffer between the players, at least try to hold them until they can set up and, you know, get situated, try to be a nuisance to the enemies in lion and statue area just before letting them obviously into light. Yep. He's going to go back, try to get his kills there. Yep, there you go. And they pretty much get a quick A. Yeah, they have 2 minutes 18 to work with, and they kind of just slowly work their way up B with map control, you know, kills. Look how they're pushing them back. That's how you want to play this map. If you want to play aggressive for B, and you have like no map control, to just get map control is literally just push through this way and have your teammates fight up there as well, but have two or at least one distract, you know, up here so you can just get through and try to take over from this way, and then both of you guys kind of, you know, push up and push effectively. And that's pretty much what they're doing. They're just pushing up, pushing them back into their spawn, and they're just trying to be effective there. It's the exact same thing, but reversed, you know. And they pretty much just get the control of B. You know, kills go through and everything, but yeah, they pretty much end up winning it on captures. Nothing crazy out of them, but still, like, that's why they're undefeated. They have a good strategy, and it works every single time. Alrighty, boys, if you guys learned something, hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.